That rhythmic drip from an indoor air handler marks the start of a biological timeline. Once water hits the floor, the surrounding environment begins shifting to support mold growth within hours. In Florida's climate, the window between a wet ceiling and an active colony is often less than 2 days. Subtropical heat and humidity accelerate spore germination, making the first 48 hours the critical period for intervention. To prevent a permanent mold problem, you must stop the water at its source, extract it from the building materials, and triage those materials before that window closes. This process requires specific tools: a wet-dry vacuum, clean towels, distilled white vinegar, a box fan, a portable dehumidifier, and a pin-type moisture meter. How you spend these first few hours determines whether the damage is resolved with a simple cleanup or if the home requires a professional remediation project. Safety takes priority. Standing water near an air handler is an immediate electrical hazard. You must shut the system down at the thermostat and, more importantly, at the breaker to ensure no power is reaching the unit. Once the power is cut, you can address the source. Most AC leaks in Florida are caused by a clogged condensate drain line. This is the white PVC pipe that exits your home, typically located near the outdoor condenser unit. Use your wet-dry vacuum on the outdoor end of this pipe. Seal the vacuum hose to the PVC using a rag to create maximum suction, and run it for 1 to 2 minutes to pull out the algae and debris causing the blockage. After clearing the line from the outside, find the indoor access port. Pour 1 cup of distilled white vinegar into the line, wait 30 minutes, and then flush the system with a gallon of water. Always use vinegar or an enzyme-based cleaner. Bleach corrodes aluminum components within the HVAC system and can lead to structural failure of the drain pan or coils. By cutting the power and clearing the blockage, you have stopped the active leak. Now you can begin the process of drying the existing water damage. Use the wet-dry vacuum to extract as much bulk water as possible from floors, baseboards, and the drain pan itself. Follow this with towels to remove any remaining surface moisture. Next, set up airflow. Position fans to move air directly across the wet surfaces. If possible, set 1 fan to exhaust damp air through a window to lower the local humidity. Building materials like drywall and wood are porous. The gypsum core and paper backing can remain fully saturated long after the surface feels dry to the touch. To remove this internal moisture, you must use a dehumidifier. Set the unit to target 40 to 50% relative humidity and run it continuously for 24 to 72 hours. This aggressive climate control is necessary to pull moisture out of the materials before mold spores can complete their germination cycle. While the fans are running, you must hunt for hidden moisture. Water travels along floor joists and wicks up into wall cavities where it can remain trapped without airflow. Check for physical signs of saturation. Look for bubbling paint, warped laminate flooring, or soft, spongy drywall. A persistent musty odor is a direct signal that moisture is still trapped within the materials. To get accurate data, use your pin-type moisture meter. This tool allows you to test the actual saturation levels of wood and drywall rather than relying on a visual check. Test multiple points along the baseboards and walls. If the meter shows a reading above 17% moisture content, the area is not yet dry enough to be considered safe, and the drying equipment must continue running. Hard data from the meter ensures you don't stop the drying process prematurely and unknowingly seal moisture inside your walls. Once the area is drying, you must decide which materials can be saved. Use an enzyme-based cleaner on the AC drain pan and coils to break down organic biofilm without damaging the metal. Drywall is subject to the 48-hour rule. If it has been saturated for more than 2 days, shows discoloration, or smells musty, the internal integrity is compromised. It must be removed and replaced. Porous insulation follows a stricter rule. Fiberglass and cellulose bats do not dry reliably once they are wet. They lose their R value and act as a reservoir for mold growth, so they must be discarded immediately. Replacing compromised materials instead of attempting to dry them ensures mold does not return later. By following these steps, you have stopped the leak, removed the moisture, and addressed the saturation before the 48-hour growth cycle could complete. You should still contact an HVAC professional if the line clogs again, the pan shows cracks, or if you see ice buildup on the coils. These are signs of mechanical issues that maintenance alone cannot fix. If a musty smell persists or you require lab-certified confirmation that the wall cavities are dry before you seal them back up, a professional mold inspection is the only way to get documented proof. For those in the Tampa Bay area, TampaBayMold.net provides professional inspections and testing to ensure your home is clear. Check the description for links to the tools and resources mentioned in this video.